think because it's going to be prominent.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Heath about growing vine on that facade, but that would be more. But at least maybe having cutouts when we do the driveway leave out, so maybe one day we can grow something.
Right, so
But,
wraps up. So
yeah, but
that also makes you think about where you're putting it, because we don't have room in our, like, to do anything in the garage there.
so we have downspouts coming down the middle. So it needs to be here. I would
Right.
just do, like, even if that fixture that we used over there has a, you know.
I don't know that it has it down, but we'll look. That was the issue that we were finding with it not being farmhouse, or, you know, something there's just, matter of fact, we've decided we're going to be the people that design that, but it just won't happen before.
Good idea.
Yeah, I was like, why can't we do a fixture?
Why not? You can.
We can do it in collaboration, Rudy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find something, we can get it wired. There's that, I forgot the name of the place over on Alabama.
Alcon? No, they're gone.
No, there was another place.
Lighting Treasures does it as well.
Yeah. Wood.
Painted wood. Just, is it going to be a grid pattern, or is it going to be a
I don't know if
just a
we've
slab?
determined that.
We don't have a confirmed selection.
Yeah,
for it.
but we can do, you know, like. I mean, I would just have it like the wood. Yeah, just the wood. You know.
Slats?
Slats. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the word. Yeah, so it's gonna be, you know, painted, right? Not stained. Yeah. So.
Well, let's determine the ideal
It can
height,
be-
and then we will give you, because ideally we can be able to give it to you via just sending the link in it this way.
Absolutely.
Because we
It-
probably have the scale drawn accordingly, so.
It could be more substantial of a picture too.
You know, so when looking, we're gonna go in, above this beam is 13 inches. So we'd have to mount above that,
Yeah.
So here's 13.
but it can drop down within.
Yeah.
So what is the fixture that we actually have?
It's 12 inches high by 5 wide.
Okay.
It could be even like 18, 16. Be bigger.
I know, it's just,
I would do that. For now, I would mark it. So 13 plus 6, 19 for the box.
19 above the header for the garage door?
yeah,
And now that hits
above
the
the beam?
center of that fixture that y'all have picked.
okay.
And then we can look at maybe.
Would you even have it, because didn't that have a smaller version of the front door that has
And there was a small version, I believe.
that has a
corner above the bottom of the beam.
lantern type effect to it, so it's off the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 19 inches above the beam.
Oh, no. I'm
You're
saying
talking about
19
above
from
the
here,
bottom of the
from the
beam.
bottom, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then
That
you're
gets
right
you
there.
over 13 and then
Yeah.
6 inches.
I got you.
Yeah.
This is switch, that's this, see what that
Final
one
answer?
is?
It's 22 high by
Oh, that's that question.
7 inches wide. It's almost 8 inches wide.
You know, I'd be scribbling everything out.
So you could go with the smaller version of what you've got on the front.
Okay.
And then this is even smaller, but if you want it to have, and then visualize it, is it better as a lantern kind of versus a stuck on? That's what I was struggling with.
I think I would keep this for the front and do something like that maybe.
I like the look of that.
Does it down?
No,
Okay.
you're gonna have,
Yeah.
They don't have a glass pane on the bottom.
Mm-mm, no.
Can cut one.
Cut a glass pane, modify it.
I think
see
something
the-
like that, or I want like a hierarchy, like these to be the, you know,
Right.
the largest, and then this is like tier 2, and then we got tier 3 at the doors.
Okay.
That makes
So that
sense.
one is 12 and a half. So it's just the question is, 12 and a half by what?
12 and a half by almost 7. 6 3/4.
So, but is it feeling too small up here is what you need to look at. That's the width,
Yep.
that's the height.
5 inches wide is pretty tiny.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, because I think we're pushing the size of small on that, and it's a little bit bigger. I just didn't want to have lanterns at every door. So I would consider going with the larger lantern that's the version, the smaller, because again, you're going to have this
it's
big,
a smaller version of it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're,
Yeah.
it's 22?
It's 22 high by 7 1/4 wide.
Well, I don't have to, if you can see 22 when I hold it up.
Yeah, that's better.
Definitely bigger.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, the
yeah.
other one's
And you
30.
have 3 lights in it, correct?
Yes.
3 bulbs, so even though it's not going to be a direct shine down, you're going to have that illumination, and then I don't know what you're doing for any kind of landscape
And we have
lighting.
landscape. Yeah, there's gonna be landscape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
so we'll swap that for that.
Okay.
So you're gonna have the 30-inch framing the main
Doors.
entrances, front and back. The
13
13-inch on the
little
doors,
side doors.
and this is the kind of in the middle.
22.
right?
22.
Correct. I mean, this is a big structure.
Yeah,
I mean, when you
right.
think of
I
it
mean,
as the whole structure.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of either you make it go away or you make it something. The other pictures just kind of like are like
you said,
they
like, you put it
become
down,
nondescript in the at some point.
Because that's a really big thing, and 3 lamps, and this you can see from the street. It's
Yeah.
important what you put on the front
Yeah.
of it.
So, but I
I'm
do
good.
think we'd want to think about how trellis works. So if you, I mean, if you're doing any binding,
Yeah.
I would just, I'd look at that now, just
Yeah.
because how that affects with a lantern like that.
If you can send me the spec, I can put it on the elevation and then
That's
talk to
probably
Heath.
so far down the road,
Yeah.
because we have this whole trellis on the outside of this side.
Yeah.
But it's vining, just like it would be wire. It would be
Oh,
like if
like
you were to
up
wire it
against it.
right, isn't that what you're talking
Well, you
about?
can
Or
even
were you
just
going to have it
you
covered?
can even just it'll climb on the wall. You don't
Right.
need to do anything. It just it's got little feet that stick on the stucco. It's not gonna grow through the stucco. So, but I'll talk to Heath about it. I'll put it on the elevation. Talk to Heath. We also need to see the downspouts because those are going to be, you know, yeah.
Okay. I think that's fine. We were just not thinking as large as that, but standing here looking, I think you're going to want to have the weight,
Yeah.
and it'll balance with the downspouts. Are the spouts copper or are they painted?
Copper.
Okay.
Copper with smooth transitions, right? No crimps.
That's how we always do it.
Good. Awesome. And how?
Some here on the side of the garage.
Look how great this structure looks, even in Tyvek.
I know.
No, you know when a house, you can tell when a house is done by an architect versus a design build because proportions are always so obvious.
Yeah.
I just like, we're working on a project right now that's not, and these poor people, it's like I feel for them.
Yeah.
I really feel for them.
It's just not.
Because, well, there's a big difference. You know, someone would put a turret in that makes no sense and no size scale, and it's just like, you know, just everything.
Match what we did at the Wheeler Fair.
Your pitches of your roof. Very good job, Rudy. Very good job.
Thank you. Tim.
Okay, so this is going to be,
The same.
these are all the same height doors, correct?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
were talking about
Same.
matching the other.
Yep.
So we'll match that one. And I will mark my notes from over there here for the electricians.
Okay.
Match.
I know.
Where am I when I'm in the pool?
Okay, it starts at the edge of the rod.
Going this way?
Yeah.
So this is where the water starts here. So this is the step. You just stepped into the pool.
This is in essential, or what are we doing? Are we going down here?
5 foot. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to go deep in the middle or I want to go slant and go deep on one end.
It's such a pool to me. It's really like you have to think about how you interchange you.
Because if it were deep in the middle, that's good for volleyball. right?
Well, everybody's gotta be at that
Tall
certain height.
people on one side, and short
yeah.
people.
That's a pool guy's got to be able to tell you that.
Yeah.
We want the optimum volleyball
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to give the short people any advantage. We want
Yes.
it to be like regular.
So that's been the conversation, is whether it's the deep part in the middle. But yeah, so it's straight out of there, down the stairs, little patio area there, down and then into the pool. And it goes all the way to the end of the garage.
So how long is that? Like
40 some feet.
That's great. How wide?
The interior of the pool 16 feet.
Okay.
So inside 16. So there's,
Not huge, but big enough.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's not massive, but it's, 16 by 40.
Yeah, but you don't want a
decent
pool
size.
that's too massive
Yeah.
that you're not able to. Are you doing a hot tub or no?
Yeah, that includes the hot
Hot tub.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, you have your measure, how wide 16 feet if we're looking at it? So we're right here. Whoops, sorry.
I don't want to presume, but
Hold on
he's got these,
right here. That's the
ranch
interior.
projects.
Width, don't you think?
Did he draw it in for you, or are you just estimating?
No, that's it. And the pool guy did the design too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I would say he's going to know. He's going to know for the scale of this property.
Yeah.
And a good pool guy will say,
that's also
just because you have the property, you don't need it to be that much
Right.
larger.
yeah.
Because really, 16 is nice.
amazing how they
I
work.
think ours is 12, but I want a much narrower spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even with the pool, look how much space is still left. A lot of yard, even with the pool here.
Yeah. Well, and I love how it's off, so you can gather and sit out there, and you don't feel because you've proportioned it well in the placement.
That's exciting.
So,
We keep talking about how, for some reason, the backyard looks bigger
than it did
than it did before, even though there was just this huge open land. It feels wider, it feels bigger for some reason.
Well, because you had to clear out some things, right?
There were 2 trees right here.
That's a visual breakup. And then, like, now you've got this big structure up there, and everything was lower before.
Yeah.
And did the house sit right where that was? Or?
Pretty much.
Yeah, essentially.
It must be just the fact that the trees and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a fence there, to
Right.
separate, and that's gone, so it opens it up. But it does just seem, I don't know, maybe just the placement, the style, the layout, everything all combined makes it look like there's a lot more space.
It feels bigger to me. I was only at your house that one time,
Yeah.
but it just felt like there was more out here though at that time
Yeah.
too. That before you put the sheetrock on, it feels sometimes you're like, is this room scaled right? But once the sheetrock goes on, it actually feels bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, your rooms will feel more spacious.
Huh.